Yo, what is going on, world? This is Wake Up Barstool here, live in the beautiful Barstool Sports Chicago HQ. I'm T-Bob Hebert. We got Big Cat, we got Eddie, we got Nikki, we got the victorious Steven Cheah behind the glass in the producer chair. Oh, look at all that. Oh, I didn't know you were a Bucs fan, Cheah. And look, we got a ton to break down. You heard it just then. Let's just start with Monday Night Football. Boys, how are we feeling this morning?
I mean, the doubleheader, we got to get rid of the doubleheader if the second game's going to be terrible.
Yeah, I stayed up too late watching a pretty abysmal game.
Yeah, but with that said, I think the big story is that Chargers-Raiders game is all we should talk about.
I'm seeing what you're saying.
That 14-play drive that took 12 minutes for the Raiders to make it a two-score game into a two-score game, oh my God, was that great football.
Raiders talented roster. Maybe move away from Geno now?
Yeah, we're going to have to, Cheah's going to have to take the victory lap that he deserves after the Bucs. I mean, Baker, this is my problem, and I'll just say this. Baker is so much fun to watch, and a guy like Cheah, because he's so annoying, kind of ruins it for us because is Baker top 5 funnest guys to watch in football right now?
I wouldn't know because every time I see him do something, I think of Steven Cheah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, what about Zach? Zach doesn't offset any of this?
No, it's Cheah. It's Cheah. But seriously, who is more fun? I mean, you could throw out Lamar, obviously, just because of the playmaking with the feet. But like Baker, there's just something about it. He's just such. I know we overuse the word dog. But he really is. That's the only way to describe him.
To be like completely cheesy sportscaster guy, which I guess I am, moxie.
Yeah.
Right? Like moxie is
but
the
it's
word.
more than moxie.
But it's like a badass moxie.
Yeah.
Like an edge to it.
I used the word smooth yesterday.
Oh, wow.
There was something
that's
like
wrong.
just a smooth operation.
Eddie, that would be incorrect.
No, I think he's clunky.
I think he's smooth. I think he's smooth. Like the way he gyrates his hips to get out of the pocket. He's smooth.
No. Yeah, he's like angrily plotting, but it's effective. He's the opposite.
Whatever it is, the aura is unmatched because I had no doubt that they were going to score on that last drive.
Yeah, and that one play where he got tripped up and he looked like he hurt his knee or banged his knee, and then like almost instantly
we have that.
remembered, I have to stand up and talk some junk to I think it was
C.J. Gardner-Johnson, the worst guy in the league.
Yeah. Who he does not like it in the press game. You could see. Baker
He called him Chauncey.
Yeah,
nobody likes CD
Deuce. But this is so funny. This is Baker. He is a dog. I don't know, like, how could you not want to fight and look at this.
I saw that and I thought his career was over.
Yeah, and then he's like, wait a second. Is that C.J. Gardner-Johnson?
That is
what are you doing on my field?
That's the beauty of the power of hatred.
Yeah.
He also had the moment with Will Anderson where Will Anderson got him from behind.
Oh, yeah.
He got the sack, and then he got up. He's like, nah, man,
Yeah.
But the thing, this goes back to college with Baker.
Yep.
Remember the planning of the flag, the handshake lines where they didn't want to shake his hand, then he started going off on him. Like, this has always been him.
And we've said this before, and it's worth repeating. It's not, someone else has made this joke a million times, but it is very funny every time they talk about Baker Mayfield being this incredible comeback story, and all he came back from was being a Cleveland Brown.
Yeah.
Like, that's the craziest part about all of this, is they're like, how is this guy doing this? What an inspiration. It's like, yeah, he just had to be a Brown for a few years, and people are treating it like he was terminal.
No. And
Well, he was, though.
what a
That's
success
what
story.
the Browns
Get
do.
away from the Browns. And Nick Chubb as well last night.
Yeah, Nick Chubb as well. By the way, did they let him score on purpose? I think they did.
I don't know if Antoine Winfield Jr. took a horrible angle, but as soon as he got past like the 20, I was like, please score. In real time, I was like, just score.
I think they let him score on purpose in the end there.
They could have almost knelt it out.
Which
and
would make
kicked the field
sense.
goal. Yes.
Yeah.
If they didn't, they should have, because I thought we were going to have a whimper of an ending. Like, I didn't care. I didn't have a dog in the fight. I was very excited that we got to watch Baker have a chance. And what is it, Chad? I think it's his 12th fourth quarter comeback, maybe like 14th game-winning drive, something along those lines.
Something along those.
11 plays, 80 yards.
Just say if you know the answer.
He's
Just
playing
say it.
coy.
You're the stats guy.
Yeah, it's something like that.
I mean, he's clutch. The second half yesterday was objectively ugly. Like, it was bad. Their right tackle, who's a very good player, Luke Gedeke, went down there, missing their left tackle, Tristan Wirfs. They shifted their starting center, who's good, Graham Barton, over to left tackle. Offensive line was a mess. They didn't do anything in the entire second half. They had to get the ball out quick. They ran the ball. They missed a field goal. Nothing was looking good. But when the chips were down, just over 2 minutes left, Baker had the ball, needing a touchdown to win. What he does, and this is for me, thousands of miles away watching on television, he inspires so much confidence that he is going to score the ball. I can't help but think about how knowing his teammates were that they just had to be in the right spots and they're going to win the game.
Yeah. No, I know you're giggling, but I had
No, I mean, why did you have to tell us how far away you were from it?
Well, I'm just saying, his confidence is
That's
not
how
just,
big the confidence is.
It's not just, defined to the Energy Stadium or whatever it's called. I can feel it.
That's how TV works.
It exudes.
That's how TV works.
Well, I'm just saying, it's not limited to just his teammates.
That was your first emotion you felt.
People in Australia were feeling confidence from Baker Mayfield.
Well, if you're a Bucs,
I did.
My son was super nervous. He's like, "Oh man, this is the worst. They're losing." I'm like, "They're gonna Baker is going to win this game," and he did. I thought a big story that didn't get talked about a lot was the clock management, because the Bucs brought in a new director of football operations, I believe the title is, to basically manage the in-game decisions and clock. And I'm not gonna lie, they had 2 timeouts to end the game. I was a little bit nervous getting down to it because they let the clock run. This could have been a massive decision that didn't go in their favor, but it worked out. They ran the ball. Had they not, they could have called timeout, and they could have potentially had another opportunity to run the ball and call timeout with 1 second left. That was awesome.
Yeah, there was some debate in the group text about why not use that first timeout, but I thought there were 2 reasons. I thought not only do you still keep the ability to run the ball on those final goal-to-go plays, but you had the defense on their heels, right? And Baker, Baker can operate, getting quick to the line, getting the play called, get the ball out of his hand, and so it was. It was kind of seemingly overly risky, but with those 2 timeouts, they basically had infinite time.
See, I thought they kind of screwed up the one. They should have called the timeout a little bit earlier than 9 seconds. Or they ran a pass play before 9 seconds?
They ran a pass
yes,
play.
Yes, they hurried up to the line and ran that quick pass.
Because the problem is they had 9 seconds with 2 timeouts. You realistically probably can't use both. So it's it should have been more like 12 seconds. But I agree with you, Steven. It did look like they had. It looked like Todd Bowles, who's maybe not the greatest, in the moment coach.
Yep.
It looked like they were a little bit more calm and controlled on their strategy at the end of the game.
They had to play, never, Baker always felt completely at ease.
You have a clock guy?
Yeah, I believe his name is Zach Bestline.
Did you say nerd?
Well, yeah, he's a nerd, but he's on the headsets and he's giving direction on what to do. And as a fan, having watched Todd Bowles for years, this is a spot where he's going to call timeout. Last year, he called timeout with 33 seconds left. They scored against the Chiefs, and then they gave the ball to Patrick Mahomes with 33 seconds left to win the game.
Yeah, I think Todd Bowles is one of those coaches too, because he doesn't really. Sometimes he'll show his face and it looks like there's actually nothing going on in his brain. Yeah. So they might have hired this guy to just be Todd Bowles' inner monologue for him. But just talk into his ear.
Good for the Bucs. Todd. What an organization.
Yeah.
That's good for you.
Yeah.
Your smile is warranted. Very warranted.
They've done a really, really good job. And just excited with the last drive.
Don't do what you're doing.
No, it is.
I know what you're doing right now. Don't do it.
What am I doing?
Top team
we don't
of the
need
decade.
to talk about it.
I know. I just
5th year in a row they've started off.
Don't.
I know.
Eddie just basically walked by we're driving a bicycle, and Eddie just walked by a really nice car. He's like, man, that's a really nice car.
I'm impressed.
I like that car. Not everyone can have a car like that.
You're right. That's
and then
exactly
just waiting for him, what car do you drive?
Yeah, that's me.
It's a bicycle.
I can't help but that be my first thought.
Yeah,
That's advanced.
the Bucs are very well run, and they're. I actually also think a big story from last night. I'm kind of sick of the Texans. I'm done with the Texans. They're
as a franchise?
Yeah, they're just annoying to watch.
Yeah.
I don't know. Their defense is good. Their offense stinks.
The offense was so good 2 years ago, too.
I just think
what was that?
I don't know. Because, and it's so crazy how quickly it can end for you.
I know the offensive line is not great. I'm just kind of sick of them. I don't know. They just don't play a fun style of football that's, appealing, because it really is just defense and bad offensive football. And half the time, C.J. Stroud's 30 yards behind the line of scrimmage trying to figure out what to do.
And they're always in the mix because they're South.
Yeah, right,
so
right. I think that's what it is. I think it's that, if they were in a better division, they would be properly like beaten down, so I wouldn't have to worry about it. But the fact that they're 0-2 and they're like, the Colts obviously are 2-0, but the Texans did play 2 tough teams. They're very much still in the like. If the Texans win the AFC South, would anyone be shocked?
Not at all.
Yeah, I would have been.
You're the biggest Colts guy.
They have
there.
Indiana. They have Indiana Jones.
What a nickname. Oh.
Danny Dimes. What about the Chargers? I feel like they're kind of getting lost in the mix here a little bit. They feel incredibly competent under Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, no, they're awesome.
And like we know that Jim Harbaugh is a great coach. He has so firmly infected that team with his culture. Like they were hitting so hard last night, dude.
You want to say it?
Yeah, it seems like a nice car.
Yeah, seems like a really nice coach. Like a really nice coach. So I want one of those.
Like Keenan Allen's rejuvenated.
I know. I saw that and I was like, man, this guy's good.
There's like life in his eyes.
I know. Like Quentin Johnson, comeback player of the year?
Yeah.
Oh.
Although that was Herbert.
Look at that ball.
Herbert's just, and they were saying it on the broadcast. It is understated just how, or not stated enough, how different Herbert looks when he actually has both his ankles. Because last year, remember, I think he sprained both his ankles at the same time. The old Carson Wentz injury. But he looked explosive, running the ball and passing the ball. The Chargers are really good. I think they're a very good football team. I've been a big believer I was a believer in the Chargers last year. I am this year. Jim Harbaugh is just an unbelievable football coach.
And now he just you can feel the pressure that's been lifted off of Herbert's shoulders.
Yeah.
You know, like he doesn't have to carry the team. He's got a super competent defense, good run game, and he is flourishing.
Can we be
I don't think
unafraid? Like they're going to win that division.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Chiefs are broken. I guess this is my favorite thing with week 2. After week 2, is you get to play the data point game where you can say like who teams played and are they good or bad. Like, for instance, we were playing it like the Patriots now look like they don't look like a real 1-1 team because of the Raiders, how bad the Raiders looked. Mm-hmm. The Chiefs did play the Chargers and the Eagles, who those are 2 really good teams, right? Yeah. So, are the Chiefs like broken, or did they start with a really hard schedule?
Or are they just not like maybe?
Like I think
Super
they play
Bowl
the
good.
Giants.
Not Super Bowl good.
Yeah, they play the Giants on Sunday. That
tells a lot.
If they kill the Giants, are we gonna be like, okay, the Chiefs are, a couple guys getting back away from being back to where they're supposed to be because they lost by 3 points and 7 points to 2 very, very good teams. Yeah. I don't know the answer to that. What do you think?
But I know the answer is they got to win over the Chiefs already, which helps in the division race. So
big time.
I don't think we should be unafraid. Like, sure, the Chiefs will still probably be good. I don't know what's going on with Denver, really. Like, I'd like an answer at some point.
Did you see Sean Payton came out and he basically was like, I just completely botched the end of that game. He took accountability, which I liked.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Also, they did get, the leverage call, Gruden talked about it yesterday. It's even if it's kind of the correct call, like that's still kind of, like they had the game won.
No, but Sean Payton said that was leverage.
Okay.
He said he screwed up. He said he should never have had he's like, that was a 60-yard field goal that I shouldn't have sent out to try to aggressively block. You got to just let those field goals go. That was leverage. That was the right call. I screwed that up.
There you go.
Yeah.
But I guess point being, they were still right there. Right?
Yeah.
So the Broncos are still probably really good and very much a threat as well to win that division. Real quick on the Khalil Mack front, pretty nasty looking injury last night, dislocated elbow. There's a Twitter account with Dr. Cheah, who was a NFL team doctor for 17 years, head of the Chargers. He says dislocated elbow, few weeks maybe, no surgery required. Again, that's kind of alleged. That's from watching the TV. We'll see, but it looks like Khalil may have avoided disaster there. Did y'all see Tom Brady in the booth?
All right, I'm happy you brought it up because this is ridiculous, and I don't like when the media, like the big J journalists, like freak out about something that seems inconsequential. I'm like, come on, let's get over it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not a big deal. This does actually feel like a crazy big deal.
I thought it wasn't too when I heard about it, but seeing it definitely feels way different.
I thought it was nothing.
Me too.
But they were like, he does game planning with Chip Kelly 3 times a week, and then he goes and sits in other meeting rooms with other teams. This is crazy, no?
But it didn't help.
No. That's not, it's like the Raiders are gonna maybe be bad anyway. But all right, so next week, he's coming to Chicago. He's doing the Bears-Cowboys game, okay? The Bears then play the Raiders the week after that. He's going to go to Hallis Hall and sit with Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams and hear all about, like, what they're planning on running and all the behind-the-scenes stuff. And then the Raiders go play him the week after.
But, like,
that's crazy.
I can't see Tom Brady bending rules to get advantage.
Am I crazy?
No,
for
you're
thinking
not
that's
crazy. Who's going to be the first coach that denies the interview? Because someone
if
will.
I was Ben Johnson,
right?
dude, playing him the next week, I think.
Yeah.
I think you would.
The deal was, I think, Dan, for me, it was like, I thought he was an uninvolved owner role with the Raiders, right? Like he'd be sitting back, chilling, and so that's why it didn't sound like a big deal. The man's on the headset.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
actively involved.
Even involved owner, but not like coaching. He was
like an active face too. Like when they cut.
Yes,
him,
yes.
Like
he
an
was not.
active
He was,
face.
he was
not
locked in,
relaxed.
yeah.
Not a guy who's there for the shrimp and the celery. You know. Like, he's active.
Now, here's my conspiracy theory. Is there a chance ESPN did this on purpose to try to basically out him so that he can't call games anymore for Fox, who we're on right now?
The broadcast wars have.
I'm just saying.
Have descended to yes.
Because it wasn't a big story until ESPN showed him, right? And then ESPN shows him, says the story. Now they're basically forcing our friends at Fox their hand. I started this, by the way, I just want to say I started this sentence and I realized like halfway through that I'm on Fox as I'm doing a conspiracy theory about ESPN and Fox, and I don't know if that's allowed, but that's what I feel. I think ESPN did that on purpose.
I like that.
He dropped some F-bombs on the herd as well. I'm sure they filed FFC complaints.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if you're ESPN, wouldn't you do that?
Absolutely.
You're like, oh, we know that he's sitting in the booth. They're like,
Well,
we have the Monday Night Football game. We're going to show him in the booth.
The director.
We're going to make it a
He's
big
getting
story.
Eyes, he's stealing eyes.
Yep.
At some point, there's a director in the truck with all the different camera angles, and he sees Brady, and he's telling the producer, whoever it is, to zoom in on that.
Did you just make my point back to me?
Well, I'm just saying, like, that was a conversation.
Yes. Yeah, right. What I
agree
just
with you.
said.
Yes, I first. I agree with you.
You just mansplained my own point to me.
No, I think that's a good point Cheah makes. I'm on his side of this. I'm on his side of this argument.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, just a little tinfoil hat. Wouldn't that make sense? They're competitors. This now I do think will be a big story. Last year, Tom Brady was not allowed in any of the meetings. This year they changed the rule for him. I think they're going to make him choose soon. I also think Tom Brady's going to be a coach.
Coming up next here, Wake Up Barstool, guys. We got our NFL computer power rankings. Talk a little quarterback injuries as well. Grab a coffee. More coming up on FS1. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. It is time for our NFL computer rankings. Big Cat has compiled the data, and now he will tell you where your NFL team ranks currently.
Okay, here we go. So it won't be all the computer rankings. Those still need to be fine-tuned a little bit. But I would like, if you guys wanted to discuss or anything or talk about, I have the top three and the bottom three. The juggernauts are Eagles, Bills, Packers. What do you guys think about that? Any of those three teams you think shouldn't be in that tier? I think those three teams, maybe the Eagles a little bit on reputation, obviously winning the Super Bowl, but the Bills and Packers, in my mind, have looked above everyone else.
I think you need a higher tier for the Packers.
Oh, they're that good.
Super juggernaut.
Yeah, driver's
Super
seat.
juggernaut. Bad for the sport of football?
Yeah, it's ruining the game.
They're Gino Ariama's UConn women's hoops like 20
The
years
dynasty
ago?
begins now. Yeah.
All right, that's fair. Steven, do you think that the Bucs should be up there?
I think that's fair. They eked out 2 wins, so I think it's fair to not put them in juggernauts, but I would hope that they're going to be in a contenders category.
You would hope, wouldn't you?
I do.
All right, let's see Super Bowl contenders. There they are.
Hey, let's go.
So this is where you could maybe start making the argument for the Chargers to be in. But Bucs, Rams, Ravens. Here's the thing with the Chargers too. As good as the 2-0 starters looked, they have not won a playoff game under Justin Herbert. We got a Steven Cheah face. What do we got?
Rams, I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Too close. Yeah, Titans.
Well, no, that wasn't close. They actually. You want a fun fact? Can I tell you a fun fact?
It was close for a while.
Well, that's not.
Okay, Texans.
So
Texans
that would
close.
be. That would say the Ravens and Browns was close.
That was 0-0.
Well, and also it was close in the first half.
I mean, they beat the Texans by a couple points.
But the
Sounds like someone else I know.
Well, that was 1 point.
Okay.
the Rams do get a little bit of bump because of last year too, though, right? Still,
Yeah.
Like to come into this year and be 2-0 with them getting as close as they did last season. That probably puts them still in contenders.
McVay, Super Bowl head coach.
They're not a team you'd want to see in the playoffs.
Absolutely not. They played the Eagles the toughest out of any team in the playoffs last year.
And that's who they play this upcoming week.
They play the Eagles this
I'm excited
upcoming
to see
week.
that.
That's going to be a great game. I also think the Rams. So here's the crazy stat for you: the Rams' 14-point win over the Titans was the largest margin of victory, regular season margin of victory they've had since Week 10, 2023.
Whoa.
Oh, so all they do is win close.
All they do is win close games. I went back and looked, and I was like, "This is crazy." They just win anywhere between 3 and 10-point wins.
So if they win, will the computer flip them?
What do you mean?
Against the Eagles.
Ooh, I don't know.
Okay.
Can't answer.
Okay, sorry.
That's bad
data.
TV.
I don't.
actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
No. Okay. No.
No, it's bad TV that I just did the bit of being like, it's the computer, it's not me. Yes, the computer would. We do an entire rankings. I'm like, who knows what this means?
Is there a team missing from this list?
No, the Chargers would be the one that I would say.
What about the 2-0 Colts? Right now, Daniel Jones currently second in the NFL in pass yards. Jonathan Taylor leads the NFL in rush yards. Tyler Warren leads the NFL in receiving yards by a tight end. The O-line is tied for fourth best in the NFL with only 2 sacks allowed. Cameron Bynum has the second most picks in the league. Spencer Schrader has the most field goals made in the league. They have yet to punt this entire season.
That's a crazy fact.
Yeah, you said it was going to implode.
I did, and it will.
And it
Well,
and it still very much will.
last year there was a team that started the season 2-0. They had 91 points.
Oh, the best offense I've ever seen.
Ever seen?
Oh, yeah.
Like basically reimagined offensive football.
They broke the game.
That was the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the Colts can't be really good this year.
Yeah.
I would like to see more
Yeah.
than 2 weeks.
Okay.
And at least I would like to see more than 2 weeks, with one of those weeks being against the Miami Dolphins.
God.
That basically doesn't count as a week.
But the Broncos at least like bring that to average.
Of course.
Right? Like if we can like
But
okay, I
watching-
get not 2 good wins, but it's here now.
Watching that game and I'm rooting for the Colts to have a good season. I think like they're going to be a really fun story. I think Shane Steichen's a good coach and Daniel Jones is a fun story. Watching that game, that was more about the Broncos having to figure out how to be a winning football team than it was. The Broncos kind of dominated that second half, and then they threw it away.
They're figuring a lot out right now.
Yeah.
Like they struggled with the Titans last week.
Yeah.
They're weird right now.
Bo Nix had that terrible. He played perfect in the first half, then had that terrible interception. They had some bad penalties. So that was more like the Broncos should have won that game and lost it. Who do the Colts have next week?
I don't know. I'll look it up
At
real quick.
Tennessee.
Okay.
All right, so that's another win.
Okay.
So we're gonna get to do this.
Oh,
another-
yep.
Yeah, Danny Dimes.
It's coming eventually.
Give us the Colts schedule for a second.
Oh, by the way, per Schefter, well, we looked that up. Colts first team. Now this is just crazy. First team in the Super Bowl era to not punt in the first 2 games. Nobody's ever done it.
They did, I believe, line up for a punt, and then there was a penalty. But I'll accept that stat.
I mean, that would make sense because like you got to have a little luck, I think, to create something that's like never been done before.
And they also
in NFL
went
history.
for it on fourth down a couple times. All right, so Rams will be the first game at Rams where we can find out, are the Colts for real?
So that's their way to leap into contender at Rams. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, if they
I'll
start
accept it.
4-0
Yeah, I'll
and they can
accept it.
beat the
Yeah.
Rams, what?
Salivating for that line to drop. Week 4.
Yeah. What do you think?
Guess I would say at Rams they will be 4.5-point dogs.
Okay. It depends, I guess, if the Rams beat the Eagles.
Yes.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yes.
All right, so that was playoff teams: Chargers, Broncos, Colts, Seahawks, Falcons, Commanders. Falcons kind of a notable. I was impressed by the Falcons on Sunday Night Football. Maybe not offensively, but their defense is playing a lot better.
The young guys, they invested so heavily in all the young draft picks. They're all playing well. And Michael Penix Jr. is just cool, man. I don't know what it is. Something about him in the Falcons uniform. Maybe it's just being like big and having a badass rocket lefty arm.
A lefty in a Falcons uniform makes sense.
Yeah, it's just I kind of love it. And then even go back to college, he was fun to watch. He was awesome.
I disagree.
Oh, you don't like watching Penix?
I think he's okay. Did you see the video where the guy called him? Can I say
P word?
penis?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can say penis.
Okay, so a guy called him Michael Penis, and he got like really upset at him. I was like, dude,
He has to have gotten that every single day of his life since first grade on.
No, that's what, I'm surprised that he got upset by it for that reason.
Yeah,
right?
this is
It's
a
the
very
most obvious joke.
I'll be fully transparent. This is the pettiest, silliest thing for me to actually be like, now I think differently of him, but now I think differently.
That's a red flag. How does it not come in the pre-interviews for the draft, right?
Right.
Like, I'm sure Bo Nix got Bo. Probably can't say that.
Yeah.
You know.
B.O. Yeah. But I think the reason he's an NFL quarterback is because of that last name.
Yeah.
He was like, all right, I got to do something cool.
Right. I gotta beat these allegations.
Yeah, right.
It's like a boy named Sue.
Yeah.
It's exactly like a boy named Sue.
I also don't lefty quarterbacks like something about them.
Oh, see, that pissed me. I'm left-handed. Whatever, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just being honest with you.
Next category.
Something weird about it.
Yeah.
This is the butt cheeks category. Titans, Panthers, Giants, Browns. How do we feel about that?
Are we mega butt cheeks?
No, we're way worse than that.
Oh, no. Okay.
I kind of,
That's what I thought.
out of all these teams, I agree on all of them, but I'd still be kind of excited if I'm a Titans fan. I still kind of like Cam Ward. I mean, the one touch, it was a lot of struggle, but the one touchdown was one of the coolest plays I've ever seen in my entire life.
Not a play you want your quarterback making, but a play that was very cool. I agree. These are also the butt cheeks tier is like these teams are fighting a little bit, so they're not frisky, but they're a step below frisky because the Panthers fought hard against the Cardinals. The Browns obviously week 1, the Giants week 2, Titans week 1. Like they've been in a couple games. So butt cheeks maybe not terrible, but that's where you're at.
Who's the worst butt cheeks team? It's still Cleveland, right?
I think it's the Panthers.
Oh, really?
I think it's the Panthers as well.
Yeah. Or sorry, I guess I mean worst to be a fan of. Maybe not like worse on the football field. Excuse me. Browns, right? Because
but at least the Browns people know about the Browns.
Yeah, and they're funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, it's funny to be a Browns fan.
The Panthers.
What are you? Yeah, what are you?
I don't know. I don't know what your hobbies are. I don't know what your day-to-day is.
You're a UNC basketball fan or a Duke basketball fan. That's really what
That's
you are.
what you are, and then you pass the time with this.
all right, next category.
This is butt cheeks, but college football.
Nice.
So Kansas State and Virginia Tech.
Yep.
Those are two terrible, terrible teams.
Oh, my gosh.
Terrible.
I'm guessing UCLA's even worse than these two.
Oh, I forgot UCLA. I might have to update
All right,
that.
I thought they were going to be in the mega.
Yeah. No, I gotta update that.
All right, next category.
Life would be easier if football didn't exist. That's the Dolphins and Bears.
What a
Do you agree?
Valid. Yeah, I totally would.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. It's like what.
So if you had a time machine, you wouldn't go back and make sure the Bears draft Mahomes. You would go back and make sure football never existed.
I said this a couple of years ago. Yeah, no, I said this a couple of years ago to Eddie. If the Bears just moved to San Diego and became the Chargers or whatever you call it, a new franchise, but they moved to San Diego, life would be awesome because I would just live my life just rooting against the Packers, and I wouldn't have a football team. That would be fun.
Yeah.
If you don't open yourself up, you can't be hurt.
Right. I just root for the rest of the NFL and against the Packers.
Being a hater purely would be a blast in the NFL because the chances of that team winning the Super Bowl pretty low.
Right, exactly.
You have a good year almost every year.
Right. Yes. And it really set in when Eddie was taking his video in his basement. Behind him.
Just surrounded
With
by
no
pipes.
sleep.
Like, what is this? What are we doing?
Actually, that is perfect because coming up next, we're going to play Eddie's video. We're going to the Copium Den, guys. If you're upset right now, you're feeling down, come join us. Come into the tent. Let's huff some Copium together next on FS1. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool, guys. Some somber breaking news. It would appear that Robert Redford has passed.
How?
He was just a kid.
No, I liked Robert Redford. He was Butch Cassidy's Sundance Kid. The Natural's one of the best
Yeah.
sports movies.
Yeah, my dad made it a point to make me watch that.
Yeah, I think it's probably top 5. We'll have to wait till Brandon wakes up from his nap and he tells us where the Natural is.
Yeah, on his rankings.
But yeah, That was crazy how you did that somber voice. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, no.
That really took me
I know.
back.
Well, like, I didn't want to be like, we were kind of giggling during
No,
the
he's
break.
89 years old. He had an incredible life. You just be like, Robert Redford passed.
You just want
Great movie.
You wanted to break news on national
Yeah.
television.
Well, I mean,
And why do we have the stars moving right now? This is
Oh,
crazy.
no.
You wanted to go.
What are we doing?
We said no Redford. The last thing you said, we wanted Redford.
Because he had Chase.
Wait, but they were so ready for that.
I can't
Yeah.
deliver. I can't deliver. We actually look. We got a very good team. They're very on their toes. But I can't deliver Robert Redford dying with a giggle and a smile.
No, you could say, hey, Robert Redford just passed away. He was 89, incredible life. 89 is an incredible life, and The Natural is one of the best baseball movies of all time.
Yeah.
Leave it at that.
My favorite part
You
was
just broke like national state emergency news. That was
Was it a good-
crazy.
But the producers were quick on the moving star.
Yeah, the moving
Yeah,
stars.
they've been itching to use that.
was it
To be fair to T-Bob, we don't know how yet, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was your first.
Don't
also
know.
like was it like a pretty good somber voice though?
It was solid.
It made me feel like I just wanted to like rip a fart during it, but then I was like, that would be really bad.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. Because you went so over the top, I wanted to go over the top the other
Yeah, he
way.
was 89.
We don't
I
know
think
how he
what's getting
died.
lost in the shuffle. is-
Well, I would guess
I think what's getting lost
air
in the
balloon.
shuffle.
skydiving. Yeah.
Che literally had never heard of Robert Redford.
I'd heard of his name
Until this news.
I have seen 0 of these movies, but this guy is handsome. Like,
Yeah.
is he the best-looking redhead male ever?
I think he's considered, yes, one of the best-looking men to have ever walked the earth. Right?
That's fair. Yeah.
Oh man, best redhead.
One of the young princes.
Harry.
Yeah.
No, Harry was not that.
He's
Harry's
good looking, but he's getting graded better because he's
Francis.
Wait,
is
are you
more of a
talking
redhead,
about
but this
Prince
guy washes
Harry?
him.
yeah, he's good looking.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
When he was younger.
Yeah, when he's yeah, for sure.
No, he's a weirdo.
But well,
All
I
the-
mean,
all
we're
the
not doing a
princes.
personality thing.
Yeah, they're all weird.
No.
I'm
Yeah.
saying
But
he's royalty.
Yeah.
Prince is always going to get a couple bonus points.
This guy's not in Robert Redford's.
Not even close. He can sniff Robert Redford's jockstrap.
No.
Okay, well, I mean,
Bonaducci?
Now that's a good honor.
Bonaducci. That's a good one. I haven't heard his name.
He's an
in
all-time VH1 guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Che, get back to us on hottest redhead males
Yeah,
of
next
all time.
Ducci, get out of here.
Oh,
is
you
he
looked
winning
up?
a weak category, Redford? Like, are there
Yeah,
not
yeah.
that many?
Is he in the AFC South?
Yeah. We'll look up some redheads for us during the next break. And
Yeah.
maybe break it down who the hottest male redhead of all time is.
Also,
I'm
can
gonna
you
be
get
so
somebody to Photoshop him with like dirty blonde hair and see where he ranks amongst?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Because I don't know if he'd be.
I think that chin's going to play anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that smile.
I'm happy we did this just so that we could be ready for whenever like someone maybe like tragically dies and we have to break it because we did not do a good job of.
Well, this could come back to
overall-
bite us, and he was
Yeah.
like in good health, and it was like
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying.
true.
There was
That's true.
another major sports movie figure who didn't die in the best way, even though he was old.
Who?
Gene
oh,
Hackman.
Gene
Oh,
Hackman.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's
wasn't
it.
great.
Could like
Yeah, but I don't think this has been a great like eulogy.
called him hot. Called him
think
hot
Yeah.
for a redhead.
I did love his movies.
We called him like one of the hottest men of all time.
The
He's a
Sting
legend.
is one of my favorite movies. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid with Paul Newman. So yeah,
All right.
let's move on. I don't know what to say.
Let's,
It's
not
we're,
sad.
We were talking about this during the break, and I had not seen any Robert Redford movies. We talked about Paul Newman being another famous actor who was very good looking to have died. My question was, in 20 years, is Paul Newman going to be best known for salsa and grocery products than movies?
Salad dressing.
Salad dressing and
salad
lemonade.
dressing, lemonade.
Oh yeah, I think
Lemonade.
so. Yeah, probably by now.
Yeah,
By now,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I've seen some Paul Newman. It's The Color of Money, great movie. He's a very.
Wait, so how do you see those movies and you don't know who Robert Redford is?
I don't know.
he did tell us. Well,
He just
Never came
doesn't
across
know
his
how
path.
his own brain. Yeah.
I do love. He said he just does. He's just there for the movie. Like what you say, Nick. He doesn't see.
He doesn't see the actor. That's the character, and when the movie is done, that character's gone.
Gone.
It just exits the brain. It just exists in the reality, in that pocket universe.
I go to the movie and forget it within
Go watch The
2
Sting.
hours.
The Sting is very good.
Sting and The Natural. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the plan, guys. Because of the tragic. Eddie, do you have anything?
no.
Okay.
Give him a moment, please.
yeah,
A second there. He can't speak. Come on, T-Bob.
Very somber breaking news here today on Wake Up Barstool, our first such instance. And because of that, I think it's only appropriate that we take a minor break. And then we come back with a little levity, and we'll head over to the Copium Den. So gather yourself, and we'll see you on the other side of this commercial break. What up, y'all? Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool. Hey, Dan, shout out your mom, Sandy. Okay? I hope she's having a great... Oh, sorry, not this Dan.
Yeah, what the hell? That's not my mom's name.
No. An Irish guy named Dan earlier hit me up on Twitter and asked me to shout out his mom, Sandy.
Is she hot?
I don't know, but I love the cut of Dan's vibes. I was looking at his Twitter a little bit.
Let me see a picture of Dan. I'll tell you if his mom's hot.
Can you tell from that?
Yeah, probably.
Dan Darty. And I'm sorry, I don't know.
His mom might be hot.
Okay.
I'll say it. Yeah.
Look, he's got a fun little DK Metcalf bet video there.
Yeah, no, his mom might be hot. Okay.
Shout out to Dan.
Shout out to Dan. Shout out to Sandy.
Sandy.
Yeah. Shout out to Sandy.
Shout out to Sandy, yes.
All right, guys, look, if you're feeling upset, your NFL team sucks, we've come up with a new segment here, the Copium Den, okay? Come inside, hit the hookah, let's feel a little better here. And I believe we're going to start with Big Cat.
I did this wrong. What do you mean?
I think I did too.
I did this wrong.
Not the second.
Let's go back to underreaction.
Eddie first.
I did this wrong. I didn't do NFL, and I also gave a real take.
Same.
You don't have to. No, you don't. Time out, guys. You don't have to do NFL, and you can give a real take.
Okay.
This is good. This is
All
good.
right, I did Tennessee because I think it's very hard to throw your greatest punch and still lose.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's
That's
very
good.
hard to throw your greatest punch and still lose. It's a very good start for a lot of teams in the Southeastern Conference. With that said, I think they're fine. It is not Butch Jones era. It is not Pruitt era. They are okay. They are
1,000%. Yes. It took a 4th and 8 masterclass of a play for Georgia to win that game.
The biggest thing I'd be worried about with Tennessee is not the players on the field, it's Josh Heupel's brain. Because that was some real coward stuff down the end, where he was playing for that last field goal, and if you looked at the field goal kicker,
You knew.
no offense to the field goal kicker, but you knew.
You knew, yes.
But
But
you could have the feeling, and then I think did they not kick on third down?
They had a penalty that backed him up 5 yards.
But it was third down, right? I can't remember. But they were playing very conservative at the end of the game.
So this has been a big debate point. I'm on the other side of it, but yes, there is the idea out there.
He played not.
No. I think he did play conservative, but I think he still did his job. Like people are acting like Kirby Smart just outcoached him. Kirby Smart needed an unbelievable 4th and 8 play to win, where Heupel had a 38-yard kick lined up. They screw it up. They get a penalty. He missed the kick. Like Heupel could have been more aggressive. He could have been better. I just don't think it's as bad as people. See, Copium. I don't think it's as bad as people are saying.
Yeah. See, I think it's like if you are Tennessee and you're Josh Heupel and you can't beat Georgia, you have to go for the throat. You cannot play conservatively in that last, stretch. You have to try to beat them in regulation, get your kicker, try to score a touchdown. I don't know. You have not been able to beat Georgia.
Yeah, the great sin was getting that turnover and then just running it.
Yeah, right. So that's the stuff that you're trying, you have to do the extra things. You have to get a little bit out of your comfort zone. You can't clam up when you're playing against a team like Georgia.
Big gap.
Okay, mine is, and I threw this out there on the stretch yesterday. Notre Dame is in a better spot this year after 2 games than last year.
That is
good,
no.
actually.
But it's the truth.
Yeah, if you look at their schedule. Put up Notre Dame's
It's
schedule,
not even
we
the
have
schedule. It doesn't have to do with the schedule.
Oh, what do you mean?
They were 1-1 last year, but they lost as a 28-point underdog to Northern Illinois. And you had legitimate questions about Marcus Freeman as a coach. You had legitimate questions about the program overall, losing a game like that to Northern Illinois at home. This year, they lost a road game by 3 and a home game against a much better Texas A&M team by 1 point. Those are 2 teams that could be in the college football playoff. I think that Notre Dame, obviously, they don't have a margin for error, which is exactly where they were last year. They couldn't lose another game after losing to NIU. But I actually think that this year, I would feel a little bit better being the NIU loss was that cataclysmic in the moment that I think they're in a better spot today.
It's actually a great point because Miami looks awesome.
Right. Yes, you obviously wish you had won one of those games for Notre Dame, but those are 2 really good teams that I think could very well be in the college football playoff, and you lost both in extremely competitive games, whereas last year you lost to Northern Illinois as a 28-point favorite at home. Marcus Freeman was people were saying he's not the guy.
Yeah. And
then they went to the
they
national
get the
championship. So I think it's actually better. Like I told this to Chief yesterday. This is when we were doing it.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to be fine. They could still go to the playoff.
I agree with you.
Mine's to the NFL for the Steelers. Every time a Conjuring sequel comes out,
Yeah?
a Super Bowl winning quarterback wins the Super Bowl for his second team.
Oh, wait.
Wow.
Oh, let's see the
So this
stats.
is true. If you put this together.
Yes.
Okay.
So every year a Conjuring sequel comes out.
How many Conjurings?
There's been 2.
We count like spin-offs, Annabelle?
No, we're not counting it. Just main series.
Do we have the?
Is this the third
So it is.
Conjuring?
This will be the 3rd sequel
Okay.
that comes out. So it's either Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers that will win a Super Bowl this year. Wow.
Wait, it has to be their.
It has to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback for their second team. Flacco.
wow.
Oh no.
Flacco.
But I
know
think
with the
out of
Browns,
those
but you
3,
know
the
the Browns,
Steelers
right?
are in the best position.
Who else? Who won
Stafford.
the first 2 Conjurings?
He's already gotten
He's
it.
already got it.
What do you mean?
It's
he's
only
already got
1
it
and
with
1.
the
You're
second
poking
team?
holes
No,
in
he's
this
still- he's
ironclad
still on the
argument.
Rams. He's still on the
Got
Rams.
it.
He won it with the Rams. He's still
it.
on the
Yes.
Rams.
Got it.
So it was Brady and Peyton Manning.
Okay, there you
We're
go.
the last 2.
Jay.
Okay, that's great.
It's written in the stars.
As long as Russell Wilson doesn't do it, or Flacco.
That would be a bummer.
Yeah.
But it's going to be one of those 3.
Okay, yeah, it has to be statistically.
Yeah.
The Jags blew the game. Brian Thomas Jr. looks like he's allergic to contact. Trevor Lawrence waving off the coach. But they fixed the running game in Jacksonville, the #1 rushing team in the NFL, 25th last year. That's what Liam Cohen does. He fixes the running game. Travis Etienne's averaging almost 7 yards, or a little more than 7 yards per carry. He's second in the NFL in rushing. Bashan Tutin, the rookie who ran a 4.32 from Virginia Tech, good player, averaging almost 5 yards a carry. Liam Cohen has done it. He fixed the running game. Are there other problems? Yeah, but hey, the running game is back in Jacksonville.
You delivered that so positively, but I think that was bad copium.
When he pointed at the TV, I just want to apologize to people at home. If you were like looking at the TV at the exact time that Steven Cheah locked his eyes and pointed at you, I think there's a refund that you can fill out, like a class action lawsuit or something. Were you pointed at by Steven Cheah?
There will be a
Sign
ripple
up
effect
here.
from this.
Yeah. If you were pointed at by Steven Cheah talking about the Jaguars' run game before you had your breakfast, you're liable for $1,000.
They're entitled to something. They're entitled to something.
It's going to be right next to the mesothelioma
Now,
commercials.
I have a question for you, Steven, because if the Jaguars win 9 games, you have to wear full Jaguars uniform and get a
Jaguar hair.
haircut as a Jaguar. Is this copium for you to try to basically jinx the Jaguars by on national television being like, they fixed their run game? The Jaguars fixed their run game.
I mean, hey, did they blow a game to a backup quarterback who threw 3 picks? Yes, but things are looking up for the running game. You win by running the football.
He's
It's a good sign in
jinxing.
Jacksonville.
He is jinxed.
He's jinxing. He's jinxing.
I did like your Trouble in Paradise tweet. An obvious attack.
Yeah.
Nobody has ever accused that of just being some
Nobody's
grand
ever called
situation.
Jacksonville
Yeah.
paradise.
Paradise. Yeah, that's a good
Clearly
point.
a spurned Liam Cohen lover. All right, guys, that'll do for hour 1.
You have yours after?
We have a very good
Great.
one coming up, Bears fans. I'm going to make you feel good.
no.
Keep it locked here on FS1. What's up, guys? This is Wake Up Barstool on FS1 every single morning, hanging out with you, getting your day started. Hope you're having a good time. We just went to the Copium Den. Right now, it's time for one of our other favorite segments where, look, there's a lot of sports shows that you have in the morning, but I guarantee that none of them will have the supreme debates that we are about to engage in, the most important topics of the day. Let's get it started with our guy, Nick. Nick, what do you have?
Yeah, I have. Would Ohio State beat the Chargers if the Chargers had to use a frisbee on offense?
Okay, let's really. Okay.
If you don't think Lad McConkey would be able to be great with a frisbee, you're crazy.
Yeah, Lad would be good.
But can you deliver
And
enough,
Herbert looks like he can sling it.
Yes.
Can you deliver enough zip on a frisbee, though? It just feels
I know,
like
it's floating
floats.
up there.
I'm not a big ultimate guy.
Look at that. But that's a football.
Could you?
I don't know.
Caleb
because I-
Downs is pretty good in the back end, too, for Ohio State.
Yeah.
I guess could you I feel like you would have to do a lot of screen passes.
Yeah, but it's
where you
still
can throw it really fast with a frisbee to like Lad McConkey.
Yeah.
You can, but you can
then you block it up.
You can lose control of a frisbee easy.
Easy. Now, okay, I will say that, and like, what if there's like are they outside or inside?
And their run game isn't great.
Outside.
They're outside. This is outside, yeah.
A gust of wind, all of a sudden turnover. I will say though, like, the Chargers defense shuts down Ohio State, right?
Yeah.
Like they don't
Yes.
do anything. Like
Yes.
they don't
It's
do
an
anything.
NFL
Right?
team.
Yes, it's an NFL
But all they
team.
have to do is get in field goal range.
Yeah, maybe like a lucky turnover. Lucky.
Oh yeah, you
frisbee.
can't kick. You
You have to
6
throw
or
the
8.
frisbee.
Oh yeah, you can't kick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quentin Johnston took
You could
3
try to
years
kick the
sketching
frisbee.
NFL football.
Oh, I actually think that's the answer. I think it's Ohio State just because you can't kick the frisbee.
Is the final score 3-0?
I don't know, but you can't kick the
So
frisbee.
you're taking Ohio State because there's always the debate of the Browns versus Alabama. I think
physically
a frisbee
can't
might
kick
be
a
the great
frisbee.
equalizer.
Yeah, but then you just go for it on 4th down. You run the hell out of the frisbee.
Yeah, Harbaugh's
Yeah, but
just
their
gonna
run game isn't great.
It would be great.
Oh yeah, I
against
guess
Ohio
they could just
State,
run the
though.
ball. I guess they could just run
Run
the
the
ball.
frisbee.
I think the Chargers win.
Yeah.
Slightly, it's close though.
It's a close game.
It's a close run affair. All right, Eddie, what do you got?
I think we need a relegation system when it comes to networks broadcasting college football.
Ooh, give it to us.
yeah.
Did you
let's hear
see the graphic? If you could pull that up, please. How many networks had a game?
Yeah.
How it was ridiculous.
The CW?
Yes, it was
no.
like.
The CW's color scheme?
No.
It's black and orange.
Oh, it's not green anymore.
No, it is like heavy, like mainly black too. It looks Halloween themed.
What a rebrand.
Yeah.
I disagree with this take.
Okay, so but listen.
I
Hear me
would
out.
like to.
Hear me
I
out.
would, Eddie. I would like to enter supreme debate with you.
Okay, so hear me out. So listen, and I mean relegation to the sense of the network loses the game. So if someone gets clipped, if someone has a bad call, maybe not enough energy, maybe mispronounces a word, maybe doing some weird stuff on the air, I think that game should then be go to the college website then. Because college announcers, high school announcers, especially the young guys, there it is.
That's
Okay, that's preposterous. So if it's the Big Ten Network and on the call it's Rutgers, Oregon, that call goes to Rutgers. Like that.
Okay, I see what you're saying. I actually don't disagree with this
Okay.
take. What I disagree with is, so this is a common thing that is now happening with our sports, where someone will do a tweet or something on social media being like, to be an NFL fan, you have to have this, 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 this. This is ridiculous. Now, for NFL and NBA, I kind of understand. For college football, I don't understand at all, because there was 10 years ago, there were half the games you couldn't watch.
Yep.
I have no
That's
problem
true.
with
That's
them
true.
giving us all the games and you having to decide whether you want to buy the apps to get them. There are so many college football games. So college football is the one sport when people complain about, like, I need this app, this service. Shut up.
Yeah.
There used to be a time when you couldn't see anything.
Yep.
So NBA and NFL, like NFL doing it, I think is just greedy,
Yeah.
where they're like, oh, we're just gonna throw a game on YouTube TV, and then there's gonna be an
You're
Amazon, there's
watching
gonna be
Mr. Beast.
there's gonna be a Peacock, right? The NFL is kind of screwing over their fans a little bit, but for college football, the fact that I can actually have access to every single game now is, I'm happy I'm living in this time.
Yeah, but what about the people that are missing out on their programming on the CW?
That's true.
You got to feel for them.
Shout out to CW. That's where we did our bowl games.
Yes, we did. We did. But you're right, and that's why I tweaked the take, because I didn't want it to be that way, because it is better than nothing. The alternative is better than what it was before.
Yeah.
But I'm saying for like the little guy, because you always hear those like underground
agree.
announcers
Yep.
who
I
are
like
just
that.
electric.
Yep.
Just, hey, Big Fox, if you got a bad, or Big ESPN.
Yeah, if you're not locked in, we're putting
Yeah.
the home broadcast on.
Exactly.
Screw it, we're getting energy.
Yeah, give
By the
it
way,
a
yeah.
chance.
speaking of which, can we get Chris Fowler a day off? That was
Saw you
crazy.
tweet that last night.
Dude, the intro, I didn't know it was him.
Did you
His
feel-
voice sounded so weird because he's been sick for like 4 days. He was sick during the Georgia-Tennessee game. Then they make him do Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
There was a picture of him getting on a Delta flight. Yeah, he was like,
Like, dude, get the guy a day off.
Yeah.
Do you feel like kindred souls a bit?
No, because I wouldn't. I lose my voice probably once a year, and I know how bad it sounds, so I try like.
No, I just mean you worked like 24/7.
No, I mean, that's what I'm saying though. When I lose my voice, I'm like, this is painful. I need to take a day off. I feel like you just got to take a day
And
off.
it's typically November.
Yeah.
It's too early. For
Too early.
Yeah,
We
it's
got
too early to
long-
lose your voices.
Yes.
back.
A lot of runway left. Supreme Debate, Che, what do you got?
2025, is this the year of hyphenated last names? Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, MVP, Finals MVP. My guy, Pete Crow-Armstrong, first-time All-Star, breakout season. Then we got Jackson Smith and Jigba in the NFL, second in the NFL in receiving yards. Boys, what is your favorite hyphenated last names? I'll give you a couple selections. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, probably the most decorated pro athlete. We got Daniel Day-Lewis, one of the best actors of all time.
Still with us.
Julie Louis-Dreyfus, Seinfeld, Veep.
Hot.
Catherine Zeta-Jones, also very hot. Entrapment. Olivia Newton-John. First name, Carl Anthony Towns, New York Knicks. Who do you guys like for hyphenated last names?
It's going to be unpopular, but when this guy's on your team, he is the best, and that's CD Deuce, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. I know everybody hates him, but he was so much fun to watch on the Saints, dude.
What's the take here? Does it make you better athlete?
Yes.
I would say no.
I would say Philip Seymour Hoffman was awful in Along Came Polly. So no.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I mean, what? He was bad at basketball, objectively.
I would
Right,
also
maybe.
say like
bad athlete.
99% of the league has non-hyphenated names.
I'm trying to think of some. Yeah, there's a lot of non-hyphenated.
But
I guess it was a way to get Pete Crow-Armstrong in there.
They're on the rise.
it doesn't make a better athlete, but they are having a moment. There's a bit of a hyphenated zeitgeist
fair.
going on.
That's fair.
It is also very cool to have the three-letter, the SGA, the PCA, JSN. Like that all kind of plays.
JSN just sounds like a
JSN?
news network.
Yeah, it sounds like I don't know.
Is that a news network?
Also, you could just do that with your initials.
Yeah, you could.
But like nobody did that with Kareem. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Mahmoud
KAJ.
Abdul-Rauf,
What's your middle name?
Michael.
Okay.
SMC, like doesn't play.
No, that doesn't play.
No.
I think it's cool.
Mike J. I kind of like that. Mike J.
All right.
Plays, give some swag.
My supreme debate. Does Turf Toe need a better name? Oh, wait, no, I didn't want to do our Vikings faking J.J. McCarthy's injury. I thought I'd text y'all that. We can get into that. We can get into that later.
Wait,
No.
what? Are they? Wait, do that one.
Okay. Are the Vikings faking J.J. McCarthy's injury? So he definitely got tackled in the third quarter, right? And it hurt a little bit. They taped him up on the sideline.
Yeah.
And now they're saying, oh, we got back in there. It's worse than we thought. We're going to hold him out. He's got to miss some time. I have a couple people that work inside the Vikings building.
Oh.
Not necessarily like with the team, maybe on some more executive sides or whatever. And there just seem to be a lot of employees that are whispering around the water cooler that this is a soft benching.
Interesting. After 2 games.
Oh, man.
Wow. I mean,
Is it to prevent him from getting in his own head?
To be clear, guys, this is very alleged. It's just a
He's a
rumor
Google
status.
search away from being fine.
Yeah, right.
He,
How to not throw an interception.
That's it.
It's
Just Google.
easy.
Yeah. He's been so bad.
it's deserved.
He's been so
Yeah.
bad. Like, objectively, Carson Wentz gives you a better chance to win at this point. Like, I don't think that's crazy to say when you look at what KOC's done. You're kind of feeling the pain of letting Daniel Jones walk, letting Sam Darnold walk.
Wait.
What?
Hold on. Daniel Jones has been good for 2 games, but we're not at the point of letting Daniel Jones
I can't believe we let him out the door. You tried to sneak that in.
He didn't even play for the
Oh,
Vikings.
what a flub.
We let this guy walk.
He was in the room. He was in the room.
I'd say letting the guy who won 14 games you as a starter last year walk would probably be the one to lead off with, not Daniel Jones. I was like, hold on a second. Daniel Jones was on the Vikings for like
Any
a month
chance
and a
you
half.
can get, man.
Yeah.
But they're saying,
How do you let him out of the building? We didn't even know he was here.
So maybe here's the more salient question: is it like kind of smart to soft bench him?
Yeah,
I think that's kind of a heady play on the Vikings if that's what's going on.
If your plan is to bench him, I would not outright bench him.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now he's going to get the injury-prone label.
Oh.
But that's a
That's
lesser.
worse.
No, that's a
Better.
lesser of 2 evil, in my opinion. No.
He's like a bad Justin Jefferson body language away from being like damaged.
Yeah.
Like you don't want that.
JJ had his back week 1, but
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like
Yeah.
if it really happens.
This would be all time if the Vikings screwed this up because they have such a good team.
I know.
And then they used a high resource on a draft pick that was, this would be bad if this was a benching.
Big Cat, what you got?
All right, so I do have a toe one. I'm not a doctor, but I feel like you could just cut off your toe, right?
I feel like you could get like a little one that you could strap on.
Right. I don't.
Prosthetic toe?
If you just cut off your toe.
Your big toe, though. We got to remember, this is a big toe injury.
I get it, but once you put a shoe on, is there any difference?
Oh, bro, I feel like I would fall flat on my face if I didn't have a big
No, I think that's your pinky toe.
No, my pinky toe doesn't touch the ground.
No,
It's
the
like,
pinky toe is the balance.
no, my pinky toe literally doesn't touch
You're
the
right.
ground.
I looked this up recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right.
I don't think you need a.
I feel like
don't
I'm
think you
being
need a toe.
gaslit right now. My pinky toe is a vestigial, or it means nothing to
No,
me.
but it's balance. You don't realize.
Yeah,
it's balance.
you need that pinky toe. The big toe,
Jay, can
if
you
you
look-
cut that off, can't you? Your second toe, can you get filler?
Yeah,
Bump that boy
How are
up.
you going to tell me that the pinky toe is going to make me lose balance, but this massive presence over here is
I think that thing's slowing you down.
Yeah.
No way, it's speeding me up. That's where we get our power from, our big toes.
Nah, I disagree.
So both the pinky toe and big toe are important for the balance. The pinky toe, though, does contribute a lot to balance. The big toe is crucial for absorbing force and pushing off. Which is
Speed.
you need
So
to grow.
you could just put something in your shoe.
Yeah, fill up the shoe with like silly.
Again, not a doctor, but I think you should maybe just think about cutting it off.
You have to think about this is a $1 billion organization. Cut off his toe.
Cut off your toe.
You need him.
Do y'all think though that does turf toe need a better name?
I pitched the same thing in the morning. No joke.
Yes.
No joke. I think plantar fasciitis laughs at turf toe.
It's
Yeah.
a reverse
As far as
manslaughter. Manslaughter being a less brutal murder.
Right.
But it sounds intense.
Right.
Turf toe is laughable. That's something you walk
I mean, like
off.
Joe Burrow's going to be out 3 months with surgery for turf toe, and we just saw Khalil Mack's
Well, he-
arm bend backwards.
Yes.
He could be back next week if he would.
If you cut
If he
his toe.
just
Yes.
cuts it.
What do you would like blast foot? Is that good or blow toe?
No, those both sound like weird
What about hang foot?
sexual
That's
things.
better.
Death toe?
Death toes go. No, because it's toe. You can't have toe.
Yeah, you can't have toe.
Yeah.
Should the
I kind
thing
of like blast foot. You don't like blast foot?
No, Blastfoot sounds like a weird video that you probably look up.
yeah,
private.
No, that's Jared. That's Jared.
Blast
Who am I kidding?
Yeah.
should the Bengals go to grass field? It was at home. There's a turf, the field turf. Should they go to a grass field?
Every team should go to grass field.
Yeah. That's.
I mean,
that's,
they have the climate where it's not out of the question.
But every team should go to grass field. I think
agree.
turf is bad for everyone.
You know, Jack Lambert, his career ended because of turf toe.
And that's like one of the toughest
Yeah.
people to ever do.
Exactly.
You can't have
That was-
toe
that
taking out
was the-
Jack Lambert.
Yeah.
That was the most dad you've ever sounded. Yeah, you hear about Jack Lambert? Hey, watch what you do right there. Watch how you're walking. Jack Lambert, his career ended that way.
Being honest, I was deep in the turf toe yesterday.
I think diarrhea took Attila the Hun out.
Yeah, it did.
Stuff like
It
that.
did.
rough.
Yeah.
It did. But yeah, that was. I don't know what the answer to what we should rebrand it. I just know that cutting off your toe. Guess what? Joe Burrow wouldn't get turf toe again if he cut it off.
We could call diarrhea blast hole.
Diarrhea.
Again, it sounds like you're into weird internet
Just into
searches.
blasting. That's a good word, dude.
Sometimes.
You ever play Math Blaster?
No, I never have.
Oh, whatever.
Turf toe does need a new name though. I don't really know. It seems like the most painful injury.
Yeah, I mean, it kills guys. I remember as a kid, Deion Sanders, when he went to the Commanders bag, he had to miss that entire season. I was like, what? Just for a tiny little toe?
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, guys. Coming up next, here at Wake Up Barstool, we got one of my favorite people in all of college football. He's an absolute delight, a man's man, football guy. That is Illini head football coach Brett Bielema. More on FS1. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool on FS1, and another day, another incredible guest. This time, it's Illinois head football coach Brett Bielema, one of the most football men to walk the earth. Coach, what's going on? Massive game coming up at Bloomington this weekend. How we feeling here on this Tuesday?
You know, T-Bob, we got a Tuesday practice coming at us, I'm sure, as you know, right? The biggest, most
Yep.
physical day of the week is a day. Tuesday, Wednesday, our heaviest work days. I'm excited. This is obviously a really good football team we're going against, CFP team a year ago. You know, really talented. Thought they're very well coached. Signetti came in his league and lit it on fire, and very excited to get this opportunity.
Well, and I mean, right there along with Indiana last year, Coach. I think y'all were the story, right? And I told you before we talked over the summer. I was a Luke Altmaier hater. I was an Illinois hater before the season. They're not going to do anything, and y'all proved me so wrong. And it looks like you've picked up just where you left off. I mean, going into Duke, getting a win of that margin. How are we feeling about the performance of the boys through 3 games here?
T-Bob, he actually, he's completing the ball at over 70%.
Yep.
We lost 2 really good players last year, our senior wide receivers. Both guys went on to league and obviously doing some good things. But we kind of have taken these first 3 games. We got a couple guys back on our roster. Hank Beatty's lighting the world on fire. He leads the nation in all-purpose. Really, really good player. Got a guy from West Virginia that caught over 50 balls a year ago, came in and has really had, in my opinion, Hudson Clement had his best game on Saturday, had a one-hand grab, pretty impressive. And then we have a Colin Dixon, kind of our steady Eddie. So we've kind of done a good job. Our 5-0 linemen are all back, got both our tackles back. I think that's been a big part. They've had some adversity in the first half, the last couple games, so to battle back and finish the game the way we did, we really like it.
Coach, you're a Big Ten guy through and through. Does it kind of blow your mind every now and then when you're thinking like, hey, this is a top 20 matchup of Illinois and Indiana. This is the new normal. Like, this is something that if you told someone 10 years ago, they would say there's just no way that's actually happening. And these are 2 really good football teams matching up on Saturday.
Big Cat, I was brought to my attention, Brett Moore, my media guy, showed me that this is the first time that Indiana, Illinois, first time both ranked teams since 1950.
That's crazy.
So it's crazy, right? But I think it's just a great indicative approach of how quickly the world can change in college football. Where we're at right now, I think the emergence of the portal / NIL revenue share, it just changes rosters so much. And to be quite honest, Curt Cignetti, a very, very good football coach everywhere he went, right? And he brought a lot of those good players. I think their linebacker number 4 is literally one of the best college linebackers I've seen in a long time, and obviously has been with Sigs for a long time, and it shows up every day on their field.
Yeah, and it is crazy how fast the world changes. I actually had a moment yesterday where we have a guy in this office named White Boy Rick who is a Indiana fan. I wanted to fire him or slap him in the face because I said, you got a big matchup coming up because we have our other guy, Chuck, who's a big Illinois guy. So they were sitting next to each other. I was like, you got a big matchup coming up. And White Boy Rick goes, it's Illinois. Who cares? Like, we'll beat them. I was like, you're Indiana.
Yeah.
That was crazy to me. I lost my mind. So, but this is the new normal. You guys have been on a hell of a run since you've been at Illinois. And this is, I want to see Illinois just keep going up and up in the rankings.
Coach.
Big Cat, to be honest, like obviously your show in college football, it's at an unprecedented high, right? And I think it's because teams can flip so quickly. I mean, even if you're not an Indiana fan, you have to respect exactly what happened last year. It was a great story, really, really good players. And those players come from other places. So, like the quarterback where he came from a year ago, quarterback this year come from Cal. It's crazy. Now those kids bring fans with them from where they were, right?
Yeah,
and it's just, it's growing college football in a way that's unprecedented and absolutely awesome to be a part of it.
Coach, have you felt a vibe shift on campus yet? Because that's a star fan base, obviously. They still talk about that Arizona State game. When was that, like the late 2000s? Have you felt a vibe on campus shift over there?
Eddie, I call it the grocery store and the gas station effect, right? Like, I don't get out in the world very much, but, I could be at a gas station and the amount of honks I get, it's not for my looks. It's give me an ILL, right? Like somebody sees you filling up a gas.
That's it.
In the grocery store this summer, I went with my 2 daughters to grab something that my wife put me on a honeydew list. I don't care how much money you make or how famous you are, you still got to do honeydews, right? So, like, I go in that grocery store, and, we go 5 steps inside the door, and I get stopped 5 times. And it's awesome because I'm an Illinois boy, right? I've been raised, I went to Iowa. No one wanted me. I walked on to Iowa, obviously went to K-State, to Wisconsin. But now to be in a home state and help this place get to where it wants to be, I think it's really, really pretty awesome.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach Steven Cheah here. I wanted to ask you, you've coached some great players, Joe Thomas, J.J. Watt, Russell Wilson, Devin Witherspoon most recently, and Johnny Newton. What do you see in these guys that you can take to the next level? Because they all turn out to be incredible players.
Yeah, we've been very fortunate. We inherited guys from Lovie Smith and had a couple DBs go on and do some things. But I think the guys that we have now, they've witnessed those other guys have success. We pride ourselves a lot on being tough, smart, dependable. It's nothing on how fast you run, how high you jump. It's about the way you live. It's the way you think. And I think we got a bunch of tough, smart, dependable guys. We ironically recruit against Indiana all the time. Like when I first got here, that wasn't the case, but since Siggs has been there, we probably in the portal and high school recruiting go against Indiana as much as anybody. So I think it's a good indicator. Those NFL guys usually have one common theme: they love the game and they're very coachable. I know PFT, your guy is a Redskins fan, right? They got like 3 or 4 of our guys now, and the DNA of what we had here is now going there and beginning to build that. I think it's fun to watch our guys have success here, but the true joy comes when they're at that next level and continue those same things.
Yeah.
Well, and Coach, you've spoken on it plenty, but I do want, there's kind of a new audience here, so I'd love for you to explain it to people. But so often you talk to coaches nowadays and you get sort of a underlying resentment of where the game has gone and how it's changed. And I feel like you've just really attacked this thing head on, and you've been positive, and your roster retention has been really, really strong in a day and age where that's incredibly tough. What's the key to making guys want to stick around?
You know, T-Bob, so one of the great things that happened for me was when I transitioned from Arkansas. Well, they transitioned me, but that's another conversation. But like when that happened, you know, I joined Bill in New England, and it wasn't planned, wasn't, you know, anything that I had set out in mission, but to spend 2 years with him and then a year with the Giants, you really learned a lot about roster, right? And I learned in the NFL there's 3 basic assets, right? Like there's retention of your current roster, there's removal of your current roster to bring in, and then the acquisition phase, right? So one of the first things I did when I came here to Illinois is set up our environment very much like an NFL organization. In NFL, you know this, T-Bob, like you have pro scouts and you have college scouts. Well, here, college football had only had high school recruiting. Well, when I came here, I set up college scouting recruiting and high school recruiting. And we really, truly do it like an NFL organization. We run our roster, even though it's a 53-man roster in the NFL, we run it very similar to our 74-man roster here. I have 110 guys on our roster, but it's really about the 74-man travel roster that's very similar to the NFL. So that was a big one. And then really, I think, you know, surround yourself with a staff, not only football staff. When I was a head coach at Wisconsin, I had one recruiting assistant. Her name was Sharon Betlock. She was a retired school teacher, and she was a rock star, right? But it was just me and her, and then Joe Rudolph, who ironically now is the O-line coach at Notre Dame. That was my recruiting staff. Now I have a recruiting staff of 8 to 10 people, got a bunch of minions, Army people that like just kind of go around and do a bunch of, you know, assignment gathering, you know, all kinds of little details. But my personnel recruiting staff is now as big as my staff, my football staff, and you got to have both to be successful to retain your roster.
Yeah. Coach, I'm sure you saw that, yeah, it's crazy how
Josh
much,
Whitman, huh? He's really loading it up.
Yeah, I mean, the business has just gotten so much bigger and bigger, and it's like a real, all these staffs are insane. I see those whiteboards in your room where you have them. I remember I went to Clemson. They had it like under lock and key where they covered it up and slid it back and forth. Do you have that? Do you have security measures on all your recruiting stuff?
Well, we do everything digitally because we don't want to put it on whiteboards because now people take pictures.
Yeah,
right.
right.
Wow.
So I have a larger staff, and then I have a really close circle. So Pat Hamilton's my GM. Ben Miller is my guy that used to be a coach for me. Unfortunately, went through a health struggle. Now he's back with us, and now he is a really intelligent, high-level Air Force guy. You know, you need enough of those guys that build rockets to help you around, right? Like those guys. We meet every Wednesday night. We show me a list of 10 to 15 players, but we right now are projecting a roster transition of maybe 35 to 45 players, of which I'll probably bring in. We've already got 22 high school kids committed. We'll probably go to 25. I'll bring in another 10 to 15 for 2026. And even though we're in 2025 and I want to win every game we can, we have to work on a retention for 26. Otherwise, we'll get left in the dust.
Yeah. Coach, I'm sure you saw, maybe you didn't, but I'm sure you saw Brian Kelly's press conference on Saturday night where he got a little animated. Is there a certain question that a journalist or reporter can ask you that kind of triggers you? Because I kind of want to see you get some fire going. It's good for the brand. Like, these press conferences are good for sports, for the discussion. I love all this stuff. I love when a coach shows a little passion.
Yeah, you know, Big Cat, it's funny. So when we first met in my previous life, all right, I was a little more volatile back in the day.
Yep.
I think being married and 2 beautiful young girls, it kind of calms me a little bit. Also, my media director here, Brett Moore, does an awesome job. I think Brian Kelly, as we know, is a great football coach, but he can come in hot, right? And I think that reporter probably knew that and got that moment. But I think the thing that I always try to do is the high road is always the best road. I do think that one of the things that really I've been able to learn in my career is you kind of get what you provoke, or you kind of get. There's a couple guys in our media that there's one or two guys that I know they're going to give me a negative Nelly question, right? And I can go down that road, or I can try to build a bridge, right? I always say the more bridges we build, right? So it builds the communication over in a way to get back. But if we drive around on boats, we just pull up and leave, and we never build a path to have that conversation come back, we're never going to get where we want to be, right? So I think today's now world, like it's definitely easy to kind of have those moments, but life's too short, man. Like, live in the moment. One thing Albie taught me at Wisconsin: enjoy every win. All right, no matter who it was against. We beat Western Illinois to start the year, and we beat Duke on the road, and came back and had to struggle in the first half, but came out and beat Western Michigan pretty solid with a shutout. Bottom line is, I enjoyed every one of those, but we moved on to Indiana pretty quickly. And whatever happens this Saturday night, it's going to happen, and we're going to move and turn the page next week to USC, and you get 12 guaranteed opportunities. The more you live in the past, the more you're going to stay in it.
It's smart, really smart.
Coach, he's
really,
the man.
really smart.
I'm telling you, it's unreal. I got one for you, Coach, because look, everybody's always trying to find a quarterback, right? We're going to talk about the Bears in a second, next segment, but
we're not.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
You just sprung that on me.
Yeah.
But I guess, again, because year one of Luke Altmaier was a struggle, and you stuck with him, and you have been rewarded greatly for that. And so I guess I wonder, what traits did you see? How do you evaluate that position? What gave you the confidence to stick with Luke?
So on film, it's easy to see what a player looks like, right? What he does, the skill set he represents. But I'm a big believer, once you come in this building, the time we share together, the amount of volume of experience you're going to have, you got to enjoy the people you're around. Like Coach Fry, my first years in coaching, I was really developed a lot by what Coach Fry used to teach me at Iowa. And he always used to say, you recruit your own problems, right? Mm-hmm. And as a player, as a coach, you know what that means, right? If you bring in a guy that you know is going to be a problem, then you're knowingly understanding what that means. One of the first people I called when Luke Altmaier got in the portal and he was at Ole Miss, one of my best friends from my time at the University of Illinois was a student manager. As a guy that was my age, started off as a student video coach, got promoted, became an assistant, became the head video director. When I became the head coach at Arkansas, brought him with me to Arkansas. And then when I was removed from there, I helped him get the job at Ole Miss when Hugh was let go, Hugh Freeze. Mm-hmm. And then when Lane was taking the job at Ole Miss, I text Lane. I said, hey, I won't tell you what I called him, but we have a good relationship. I just said, hey, there's a guy here. I'm not going to recommend a coach. I'm going to tell you that you got a video coordinator in that hallway who is the best in the country at what he does. He hired him that day, and he's been with him. Took a picture with him in his yoga outfit the other day before the game, so now they're besties apparently. But like when I called Matt Engelbert about Luke Altmaier, he said, you want to know about Luke Altmaier? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, he's probably the best kid in our football team. He said, I'm like, why do you know that? Or why do you say that? He goes, he coaches my son in Little League Baseball.
Huh.
Wow.
Right? And just those little things. And then, you talk about 2023 didn't go well for Luke. We got beat by Penn State at home. Manny Diaz was the defense coordinator. He got intercepted 5 times. I set an alarm on my phone that night at 9 o'clock to call him. I told him, today, when we woke up, you were my starting quarterback. Tonight, when you're going to bed, I'm going to tell you, you're still my starting quarterback, right? And that conversation 3 years ago, I think, is the catalyst of what we see today. And, like, he's been, since that point, he's thrown at almost 70% completion percentage. He's got a touchdown to interception ratio that's 4-1. The best NFL quarterbacks, all you cats, I know you guys got your NFL teams, right? Like Mahomes, Brady, the best in the business that's ever been there. Interception ratio is somewhere between 2.5 to 3.1 to 1. This guy's at 4-1.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Like what he's doing is unprecedented, and he just wins, right? And now we're going to get an extreme tough test on Saturday. Indiana is one of the best football teams in our conference and all of college football, what they do with their players. So we got a tough challenge, but then you got to rely on, what this kid's all about. I had the summation the other day. My daughters, I went home Friday. I take my girls to school on Mondays and Fridays. because we have a little bit lesser day. So I'll come in really early, 4:35, and I'll come back home at 7:30, pick them up, take them to class or take them to school. And my wife said, "Hey, you better ask your daughters what they want to be for Halloween." Well, my oldest, she's kind of a pretty girl, blonde hair, blue eyes. Everything's all about pink and Barbie. So she's, of course, going to be a pink Barbie cheerleader. Not an Illinois cheerleader. Pink Barbie with a cursive B. My 6-year-old, she wants to be Luke Altmaier. And I'm like, and it really is Luke Altmaier, but it has not. Luke did a food drive with my daughter when she was in kindergarten, before Luke Altmaier was anything, and she fell in love with this kid that came to her classroom and did a food drive. And now that he's just one of the best players in college football and in the country, it's just icing on the cake. I don't know what she's going to look like with a mullet and a football jersey on, but I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. I mean, and this is one of the best coaches in the country. You see it right now, man. That story about the 9 p.m. alarm gave me goosebumps. Coach, cannot thank you enough, man. Kick ass this Saturday, and thank you for the time. I know it's a very busy time, so thank you.
T-Bob, appreciate it, man. You guys enjoy it. IOL.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Thanks,
IOL,
Coach.
baby. Let's go. Coach Bret Bielema.
He needs to shut up, White Boy Rick. That was such an insane.
Yeah.
For him to say
Having
that.
an ego as an Indiana guy.
It's like have more than a year or two.
All right. When we get back here at Wake Up Barstool, a quick trip back to the Copium Den. Guys, Bears fans, I got you.
No, thank you.
I got you. Some Caleb Williams Cope coming up on FS1. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool here on FS1. This camera's always confusing.
Yeah.
It's up there. Hey, guys. Hey, Mom. Hey, Sandy.
Does your mom watch the show?
Yeah, every day.
Nice.
She loves
nice.
it. Yeah. Yeah, and she is hot, like I told you.
Oh, yeah, you did tell me that. Well, I mean, your dad played.
Yeah, he's hot
Yeah,
too.
wow, the NFL quarterback had a hot wife.
All right.
Asian cannon.
Exactly. Yeah, there we go, Eddie. Okay, speaking of Eddie, let's go ahead and roll the tape, and I'm going to make you feel better. This was Eddie after the Bears game Sunday.
All right, Bears post game from the boiler room. It's like 7 minutes left, but we're already 50 burgers, so who gives a f***? I had just like the darkest reality like 20 minutes ago that who knows how many falls we got left on this earth. And to be stripped of another football season 2 weeks in is just so brutal. It's so brutal, especially like you look at it like around. It's 81 degrees in Chicago today. People could have been having a nice day, but this is what the whole city did.
Why'd you do it down there?
Yeah, you're like, I got to go down to the duct work.
I needed a place to match the feeling. That's all I got.
Isn't it messed up that like it's just too many of these type of videos? Because I remember last year after the Thanksgiving game, like I had probably 20 people in my house, and I had to go into my garage so that I could do a video, being like, "What did I just watch?"
Yeah.
And you have to go somewhere else, and there's too many of those videos.
There is. I mean, there could be a whole playlist.
You got a Copium Den for us? Because I actually have one that I just thought of.
Okay. So this is a game. If you have a quick one, you good, because we're about to play a game.
Oh yeah, I have a quick one. I just thought of this, Eddie. Like, the one silver lining is we're not going to be a storyline for much longer this season because we're just bad. You know when like the season starts and there's teams that like, oh man, they're worse than we thought, or they had a Eventually, if you get to like 1-6, we just kind of stop talking about you.
It's almost a race to unwatchability.
Right.
Yeah.
Like we'll have to still talk about it, but like the world will not be talking about
It's like the Saints. You know?
I don't know. I think
Although Caleb Williams.
I think people relish in the fact of Caleb Williams being bad.
Well, let's talk about Caleb Williams then. Because it's early, okay, guys? It's 19 games.
I don't want to do this.
You want to do some blind resumes?
I don't want to do this.
Let's do some blind resumes.
Yeah, I want to do my eyeballs.
19 games. Okay, blind resume. Show me Williams' numbers through 19. Okay, what do we got? 5-14 record, 23 tuds, 7 picks. Quarterback number 2, 6-13, 15 tuds, 13 picks.
All right, number 5 is Peyton Manning.
Okay, yes, that's true. But
It's such a tell every time.
See, I told him that. I knew that.
Peyton Manning's rookie year was the greatest thing that ever happened to any fan base that wants to give their team their quarterback more than 1 year. Well, Peyton Manning threw 33 interceptions.
Oh, Jeremy, I told you.
Okay.
All right. Anyway, quarterback 1 or 2?
Quarterback 1.
Okay, great. It's actually the correct answer because who is quarterback 2? That's Jamarcus Russell.
Okay.
So you passed the test. Okay, quarterback 3, 8-11 record, 22 touchdowns, 13 interceptions.
It's a lot of picks.
That's more wins.
Yeah, but I kind of like a guy who throws a pick.
Yeah?
Keeps you on the edge of your seat.
People were giving me no. Hear me out real quick. People were giving me a lot of guff about this, but because they were like, you asked for it, and Caleb Woods finally threw a pick. I do think there's something to be said for taking shots downfield and being a little dangerous. And if you're like having a season where you have no picks, there is a world where it's actually a bad thing where you're not taking any chances.
No, 2 years ago, Drew Aller, I think, threw like 1 or 2 picks.
Yeah.
And people are trying to say it's a good thing. I'm like, no, he's handcuffed. He's terrified.
Right. Caleb's pick on Sunday was not one of those. That was him just throwing it to no one.
All right, who is quarterback 3?
Okay. All right, Mitch. Yeah, I've seen that graphic going around. Mitch also, by the way, the record, he had an incredible defense.
Yes.
Yes,
That
true.
2018 defense was so nasty.
Okay, quarterback number 4, 8-11, 32 touchdowns, 13 interceptions.
A lot of touchdowns.
It is a lot of touchdowns.
Yeah, that's hard.
So many.
I think I'd kind of rather
Would you
4.
take that guy? I would.
Yeah, based on a blind resume, yes.
Yeah, I'd probably
Yes.
take that guy.
Who is quarterback 4?
Okay,
Oh, that's
so
you're
we're
right.
right.
You're pretty close. But you're pretty close.
They set you up.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
That's not what we were-
What a setup.
It's not bad. And then quarterback 5 is the great hope, as Dan said, for.
Yeah, you can't put him on any of these lists.
No, I know. And I said that. I literally said that like everybody, whoever is a quarterback that they drafted high, that struggles out the gate, they're like, well, look at Peyton. He was 50-50.
And he
at
is a
first.
perfect example of a guy who, if you watched his rookie year, you're like, he is going to be really good. He just doesn't have a great team right now, and he's like, again, sometimes interceptions. You don't want interceptions, but you can correct interceptions. I think a guy who throws no interceptions, who just is like a game manager, that there's a ceiling to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Guys, I don't know that made anybody feel better. I apologize.
Listen, Eddie and I, the worst part about
Wait, what are you laughing for?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say the worst part about like when the Bears have a Sunday like they did is that we then have to go talk about it on like a million shows.
Yeah.
Just relive it constantly.
Like I very deliberately did not mention the Bears once on the Yak yesterday because like I can't do this again. Caleb Williams was not the biggest problem on Sunday by far.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I tweeted this morning that I still believe in him. I'm still
Hell yeah,
still
hold
firmly-
the
like,
stock.
firmly
You don't really
fine.
have a choice.
And I
don't.
I honestly think the Bears are just they have just a culture of losing in that locker room is something's up. We got to trade some guys.
Yeah, like that, the boiler room. Like I truly, for the first time, I got to the point where I was like, this really may never happen.
Yeah.
Like, this may never. Like it was so.
Because they have the timeline screwed up again.
it threw you into a literal existential crisis.
I
You started
swear. I
I just
talking
got to go
about
to the
death.
basement.
Well, because think about what the Bears have done again. They have done again where the coach didn't pick the quarterback, and the guy who did pick the quarterback can't make draft picks.
Yeah.
So it's all 3 of these guys and they've done this. We've gone through it a million times where when Mitch was picked, John Fox was the coach.
Yep.
They fired John Fox. They brought in a guy who didn't pick Mitch, who didn't ask for Mitch. When Justin Fields was picked, Matt Nagy was the coach. They fired Matt Nagy. They brought in Eberflus. He didn't ask for him. And then again and again and again.
Yeah, there's that Instagram video that went viral, I think, like last year. It's like decade plus.
Yeah, that didn't make us feel better at all.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I got Copium for Saints fans. Unlike the Bears, there was no expectation. Nobody really cares about you. And you kind of maybe have like Saints haven't drafted a first-round quarterback since 1973.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Arch Manning was the last one.
Whoa.
So even though it doesn't look like, Archie Manning, even though it doesn't look like it's going to be Arch, you get a first-round quarterback.
The copium for the Saints is very easy. You live in New Orleans, get drunk.
Get drunk and take the year off.
Also, Spencer Rattler 0-8 as a starter, which means he's due.
He's statistically due.
He's due.
How do you guys feel about the Bears? So they're on America's Game of the Week in that
Which
slot.
stinks.
They are favored against the Dallas Cowboys, a team that Russell Wilson looked horrible week 1. Everyone was calling for his head after week 1. He goes out, throws for, they lost the game, but he threw for 450 yards, a couple touchdowns. He had the bad pick at the end. But I feel like this is the most important game of Caleb's career. If he can't do it against a team Russ just shredded. we're in some serious trouble.
Yeah, but like CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens are both going to have 200 yards apiece.
We don't have Jalen Johnson.
Yeah.
We have no cornerbacks.
But
the Cowboys should score 50 points.
You would take it as a win if you guys lost the game, but Caleb had an awesome 450-yard pass.
I would take every game like that this year.
If we lose 45-42 and Caleb throws 4 touchdowns, yes.
I said that all year.
Does that keep you out of the basement?
Yeah.
Yes. If he looks awesome, yes.
If Caleb gets better, like significantly better this year, and the Bears win 4 games, that's a successful year.
But our roster still is bad.
Yeah, no, that's a
but then
different
you-
problem.
but then you get a high draft
quarterback
pick.
is the hardest thing to
For
figure
sure,
out.
but I still don't trust the guy who's calling the shots to fix
Agreed.
everything else.
Yeah.
So it's like always one in the hand, 2 in the bush, you know?
Well,
A lot of people are mad at me, by the way, because I tweeted Steven tweeted the butt cheeks ranking for power rankings, and they're like, how are the Bears not on there? They don't realize they're lower.
yeah, they don't realize
They were like, you're so, like, I can't believe it. The Giants are better than the Bears. Like, buddy, they're lower.
Just wait. The computer will reveal all later in the day, and will reveal all more. One more segment here on Wake Up Barstool. Welcome back to Wake Up Barstool here on FS1. Real quick, I want to talk some Cubs in a second, but Nikki, how about our Mountaineers, dude?
Finally, some energy. Finally, it just feels so good. I text my dad afterwards. I was so excited.
He must have been glued to the game.
He was on a Segway tour with my mom that she surprised him with that morning. I have a picture of him frowning on a Segway with a helmet. Almost impossible to do.
Hard to do. I've always thought they
Oakley
looked like
Park.
so much fun.
Oh man, it's so. West Virginia is not favored to win any more games this year, which is it's fine because if they lose out, that makes Pitt's loss to West Virginia so much worse.
And the way Pitt lost, they're up 10.
Yeah,
They
just like
blew
how
it.
when they beat us, that we were up 10 with 3 minutes left. It's
last
it's
year's
awesome.
crazy.
Rich Rod having some energy. It feels like that weight was lifted off of his shoulders. The atmosphere was incredible. A lot of recruits there. Tavon was back. Bruce Irvin was back.
Oh, hell yeah.
it was
I didn't
awesome.
know Tavon and Irvin were there.
Yeah,
Irvin was
yeah.
a dog.
I love Bruce Irvin.
They, and it was Rich Rod's first backyard brawl since that 07 one. That ruined
On and the
everything.
day.
So, like, what an incredible,
It was
like you said.
9:13 the day. That was
Oh, it
that
was the
final
exact day?
score.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it was.
very cathartic.
Yeah, very happy
go
for
West
everybody. Some good quotes out of Rich Rod too.
Hell yeah. He was clearly emotional after the game. It was like a sweet moment. It was a super sweet moment.
Did they let him burn a couch?
Yeah, I think he was out there burning a
Okay,
couch.
because they said that he said he wanted to burn a couch. Then, like, I think they said, "Hey, you haven't been here in a long time." They made that illegal.
No, people were doing it, and I think he let the team make a TikTok.
Okay.
Oh, let's go. We let them make it this
Yeah, it's big.
He's growth. Like Coach just
edge.
talked about growth. Look at Rich Rod. Another super sweet moment this weekend was just all the Rizzo stuff at Wrigley. We almost had maybe the craziest moment of all time is a home runs hit directly to his hand,
Insane.
and the platinum glover almost comes up with it. Y'all take it away.
It was crazy. It was Will Ballesteros' first career home run. Like, you can't. It's almost like not real that this happened.
It's not. And there's a super cut of him just being mic'd up in the bleachers that's worth your time. So a really cool moment for him to come back.
Yeah, and he's the best. We said it before. I know, Steven, you were at the game, and you were like, I don't really know this Rizzo guy, but he and we had him on Friday's show. He really was the bridge guy. He started, like, he came up 2014, maybe 13?
Early, yeah.
Yeah.
2012 was his first year with the Cubs.
He was the start of the new wave of guys who won the World Series. He was on some bad teams.
Oh, yeah.
He was the heart and soul of the team. He's the guy who you can, like, point to and, like, it was him.
Mount Rushmore Cub.
Yeah, he was. I mean, they didn't have captains, but he was the captain.
I got chills watching the video montage. I'd never seen the guy play in my life.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You like when he goes on the tarp?
That was
That
really
would
cool.
be so scary. He would do that all the time.
All the time.
Where he would jump on the tarp to catch a ball going to foul territory.
Sick.
That was
Can I do a supreme debate?
Yeah.
Should he have caught the ball? He's a multi-time Gold Glove winner and a Platinum Glove winner.
Him saying right after, though, being like, "That's why I'm retired," was perfect.
Okay, so he played it. Okay,
If
I
he
didn't know
caught
said
it,
that. Okay.
he would have been like, "I still got something left."
Little juice. Little juice. Yeah,
Still got that
left
in
no question.
Yeah, right, exactly.
For sure.
Eddie, we got a couple minutes left here. You were at Canelo Crawford over the weekend, man. How was that?
One of the best live sporting events I've ever been to.
Wow.
That's high
Truly.
praise.
Wow.
Truly, it really was. They did a great job. Like, Terrence Crawford is going to go down as one of the most underappreciated athletes of the 21st century.
Yeah.
He really is. He jumped up 2 weight classes, and he handled Canelo pretty easily, to be honest. So.
Bro, did you see that 41 million people watch?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Most watched boxing.
There is nothing like a really big, great boxing.
And that was my first one. It was on my sports bucket list. So,
Yeah.
especially in Vegas, too.
Yep.
So you got to go live to the most watched boxing match of all time.
It's pretty crazy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Very sick. Very fun job here that we have
Very.
at Barstool. Check it out, guys. Unnecessary Roughness. We got a new episode dropping today. We answered your questions last night. We got a great week planned for you here on Wake Up Barstool. Brandon will be in studio tomorrow as well. Boys, thank you so much today.
Great show, T-Bob.
Awesome. Oh, wait, I'm an idiot. I'm a minute ahead of time.
Oh,
That's okay.
well, great show, T-Bob.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
Great
you.
show,
Thank you,
T-Bob.
Thank you.
I can put a bow on this.
Yes, please do.
Please put a bow on.
I looked at all the male redheads.
Yes.
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you.
Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Robert Redford in his prime, by far.
Okay.
Okay.
Number one. I
That's a
saw some
beautiful
sites
tribute.
that had Michael Fassbender, who's not a traditional redhead in that sense, but certainly
Very hot, though.
Yeah, and he drops
very-
Trow in a movie, and it's unlike anything.
That's exactly what I
you've
told
ever seen.
Shay. He's got a huge hog.
Yeah, it's unlike any. It's got an elbow.
Yeah, but Redford number one. I saw a site that had Prince Harry 5. I don't even think he's.
No, I don't think so either.
Somebody said Ed Sheeran. I'm like,
No.
I don't think Ed Sheeran's good looking. Right? I mean, he can play. That's fine. Like,
Bonaducci make the list or no?
You're trying your best, man.
Our guy Francis might make the list.
Yeah,
I think Francis
so.
is the top 5 most attractive redheaded male in history.
Wow.
yeah.
Clip that and send that to Francis.
Wow.
Francis. All right, guys. Thank you to everybody back in the production room, all the incredible staff that makes the show happen. Y'all the absolute best. We love you, and we will see you tomorrow from our Wake Up Barstool.